Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is a lovely, lovely Thursday. I am on Tagged again and on Facebook. Um, Trying to have a lovely morning discussion, have some conversation. Be uploading some more material to my YouTube channel. Also, hopefully do a couple things today with that. I also wanted to, you know, go ahead and mention some lovely things that are happening with myself and, anything that we would like to do in our groups. So I do use Tagged to, um, I do use Tag to kind of promote some other things with poly stuff. I'm kind of really working on a couple of things that like for poly people have some I'm advocating for that situation. Trying to work on just being part of the community in a bigger way. But I am going to be selling. I am selling shirts, men and women shirts, and the holidays are coming. So I got, poly right. That's what I'm all about. Polying right, poly life, poly right. And it says you're only as strong as your foundation underneath. And then this one is for a tripod, 2 women and 1 man. If you have 3 women, you can have 3. I did have a on some other lives I have my woman, and I have 3 men or 2. However you want to change this dynamic, you can change this, but the words will be the same. This one has a little bit of sparkle to it. I'm also going to go live and try to put them up so you can purchase things on that live for the shirt. So that's one. Hey, Straight Mopping. I'm on Facebook and on Tag, so you guys can talk to me. I'll look at both places. I also have another shirt I'm selling. Hey, boo. So there's Poly Right. Poly Right. These are the plastics because I just got them made. It says Polyandry here, and it's the chest pieces of it. Like you see that? Polyandry, the queen and 2 men. This is they do it backwards. Oh no, polygamy's on the side with the we got the 2 ladies, the 2 queen pieces, and the man king piece, and then we have you want to send one? I might send you one if you represent it. I might send you one because you're a streamer. Streamers, if you're a streamer, I may send you one so you can wear it because then it'll kind of be advertising the brand so that other people will want to purchase it. So I could send you one for free. We could talk about that. Just send me. I'll think about that because I'm gonna send one to someone already else. But I want to make it so that men want to purchase it too. If that makes sense. Okay. Because I don't know. Is that too girlish? I try to make it more manly. My boyfriend said he thinks that's not too manly. Or the one with the 2 women. I mean, yeah, 2 women on it. Only strong as your foundation. Whatever. I do have a few more other ones that I was going to actually put up later today. But you can always change those things. You can change font and color and such. That wouldn't make the payment any higher on the shirt. And just tell me what size and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then we also have been kind of discussing doing a what's that called? Now I've got my mind all weird. Basically, doing a Zoom call for dating. I'm going to be collecting names for people who want to participate. And if no one wants to participate at first, I do have a few people in mind. We're going to do a duo call. Oh, yeah. So I'm on 2 devices. I have my phone here. And I have a phone here. Hey, Snappy. Thank you. I know. Thank you for the birthday wishes. My birthday was yesterday. So I really appreciate that. So I am on 2 devices. Now I've been kind of streaming that way. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So that way I don't have to stream twice in 2 different locations. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. So I definitely have been doing that. And it's just a little bit easier to kind of cut down on time. Be more practical. Your mom, oh, that's so wonderful. Your mom's birthday was just today? My daughter's birthday is today. It was my birthday, my daughter's birthday. But, yeah, so basically, we're going to do a dating um, Zoom call. That's what I'm trying to say. Set up. Hey Jay, a Zoom call, and the Zoom call basically you're gonna give me your name. We're gonna put a flyer out, and for a whole week, people can, tell me what time they are available, and we'll write in some dates for the people, and then you guys can go do a Zoom meeting. I will set up the Zoom meeting, give you the meeting number, and you just have to be available when you say you're available. Go into that meeting, and then have a good time on your date. Asking people to be respectful of people when they go in there. Don't open the date box and have penis out there. Let's just have respect for people, because we're trying to make connections, and they don't always have to be something sexual. It can be platonic. There's lots of people who like to make good connections and be even very intimate, loving and hugging, and not necessarily sexually with people. So give them that opportunity to do that. At least I try to give them 15 minutes so you can get to know them. I know looks are important to people when you meet people. Okay. Good morning, Jay. But we don't.
Absolutely, ma'am. You're right. I would like to introduce myself.
Hi, Ted.
Everybody doing that?
Hi, Ted.
Hey, I just got to say something. I'm a man, right?
Yes.
As you can see, God created me as a man.
Okay.
Okay. What the hell is that?
What?
What is that right there?
This is my phone, my other phone.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so as a man, I like everything. Oh, okay, I see you, baby. I see you. So as a man, everything about a woman, you do.
Okay.
You know that, right?
That what?
So also, I like everything like that. From here to toe, I like everything. Get mad at me when I say this, but I really like one thing is your butt. How did you get your butt to look that good?
What do you mean? When did you see my butt?
I'm saying, I know you got one, but how did you get it to look so beautiful?
When did you see it?
I mean, I can imagine. See, I can imagine it. I can finish that.
Oh, I thought you had been on my OnlyFans.
So I want to know how beautiful body you got. Because I'm a man and I'm looking at this shit.
Are you asking do I have? But you can go on my OnlyFans. Or if I like you enough, I may share that with you.
I'm saying.
I really don't. I have bottom butt. I'm not a top butt person.
You got an OnlyFans?
I do.
Can you please inbox me that?
It's the same name. My name is Mzpoly on every platform. You want to find me? I'm the same person everywhere I go.
Can I snapshot your name?
Absolutely.
So I like to get permission. Actually, we look good. Check this out, man. Like I said, I'm a woman. And me man, and God, and for real, I just want to know how you get this nice.
I don't know.
It just makes me feel good.
Well, I'm glad I can fill your life with a little bit of joy.
You say what, man?
So I'm glad I can fill your life with a little bit of joy.
Oh yeah, you definitely. I'm very good.
Hi, all day.
I'd like to get your fans paid.
I mean, I have pictures on here too. So yeah.
You got pictures on here?
Yeah, my profile pictures.
Hold on, let me check them out. Hold on.
So yeah, so I'm just talking to Facebook. Yeah, so like I every platform, my name is the same. I don't change my name so people can find me. I do have a Snapchat. I believe it's Mzpoly. Huh?
I see your pictures. You know what else I like? The things that's up here. Those. I ain't got none. I like what you got. So how did you get those things?
Well, according to All Day, I'm catfishing. I don't know how.
Lord have mercy, please. Please.
I don't think it's true. Anyway, well, we can have any conversation you guys want to have. I just want to let the Facebook know that. So basically, it's free, open conversation right now. There's no basic topic. Once we've been here for a little bit, what we'll do is I'll start giving a topic. I do have a few topics already in place, just in case. But there's people who want to just talk about anything they want to talk about. Just like that gentleman there. You can talk to me about anything. I'm really open. If I don't feel, there's really nothing I've been uncomfortable with, because I think people deserve information, and if they want information, they should get it. And I rather give someone information that's correct and or to the best of my ability than give you false information or made up things, and then you go around looking stupid. That's why I promote poly right. That's my whole thing is poly right, poly life, poly right. Do it right, because a lot of people don't poly right. And so we have to, work on it. Even myself, we all have struggles through any relationship. And so it's really nice to do that. So I go live on Facebook. I go live on YouTube. YouTube I can't go live on. I think there's some criteria that I do not meet. But I do post videos on there. So my YouTube is Mzpoly too. Every platform is the same. I have not gone live on OnlyFans. I do have an option to do such. I have not done that. I don't have I don't really promote it a whole bunch, so I don't have like a really high fan base. But I do send individual pictures. If someone has like something that they would like to see, they can have a conversation with me. It's a conversation. So that's basically what I do. Yeah, yes, Blue Ocean. So Blue Ocean's here. Sorry, my phone was ringing, but Blue Ocean, what is your question, sir? So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. I have mugs. I can make mugs, glasses, and hats. Holidays here, guys. You only got like what? Basically like 20 days, 21 days for Christmas Eve. And we want to get stuff out to people as soon as possible. They're setting up some things. So there's a website for that they were making. The guy who makes my shirts, Mr. Hollywood, he makes these shirts on his own. He's made a website for his order to go through, whatever. So you can do that. But I'm gonna ask him, can he specifically put my ideas for my shirts on his website so that I can have you guys go there, or I might do an online Facebook shopping thing. Somebody's looking for you. They want to verse you. Oh, I already know who it is. Okay. Tell her I'll be right there. Okay. Thank you all day. So Miss Nola is somebody that I verse with. When I go to verse Miss Nola is a good friend of mine. She's a good friend of mine, and we verse each other and we have good conversation. I actually don't see her on here. Okay, well, she can send me a verse. So anyway, so I have like these shirts I'm selling. I can make hats with the same stuff on it, whatever you like. And if you guys want to have a conversation with me on here, there are people who do call me and ask me for advice. There's people who come in my live and ask for advice. There's a lot of people in our group that we have on Facebook, Black Poly Urban Society. They also have 10,000 members, but not a lot of them are very talkative in there. And so I'm trying to find a way that we can, bridge that gap. And one of the ways was that virtual dating thing I was going to get together and then see how that works. So I was going to do that. And then, sorry guys, and push this down. So I have that idea. Also, I was really considering getting another way so we can meet and talk and have conversation. But I usually go live. I'm not obligated to go live. I'm not a admin in that particular group, but I do like. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the cherries, guys. I'm sorry if I missed some of those gifts. I appreciate them. But I definitely like to talk about poly things. So, where the hell is this woman? She probably has to start her whole live over again. I'll go back. I am on YouTube for real, for real. I am on YouTube for real. I did make a whole bunch of videos. I do promote that I'm on YouTube. You can take a gander. I have interviews that I've done with my boyfriends. One of them I'm not any longer in a relationship with him, because you could actually tell in the interview he was really starting to fall in love with me. And what happened is he was trying to separate me from my other partners. So he wasn't trying to be, he didn't do it like meanfully or anything, but it just wasn't working out. Hey Holly. And so I just kind of separated. But you can tell in the video that he was kind of really meant what he said. I was talking about my YouTube channel. Somebody asked me what I was talking about. I was talking about my YouTube channel. So there's things on there. I mean, there's a couple videos. I'm gonna make some more interviews I'd like to do. There's 2 more interviews I'd like to have that I already kind of know in my head what they're going to be about. And then I also want to make another video just kind of going back over what poly is again and kind of going over better detail. Why are you laughing, Moppin? He just like that. You heard him say that? Yeah. I don't know. He was enjoying himself. It's just, when I just feel like if I'm dating monogamous and I tell someone I really want to connect with you, like I mean it. Like I don't want to half connect with someone and then it just, anyway, it's okay. We ended it, but it was in a positive place. So that's what that to me means a lot. If it ends in a positive place and we just said, hey, we're just not going to agree that this is something that's going to work out right now, that's fine. And so the breakup was not in a negative manner, and that's what I like. And that's what I like to see. When you break up, you should be able to have that at least okay situation in a bad situation. Thank you, Holly. I'm a bear. I like bears. So you get gifts on TAGG. And so when I'm on there, I get gifts and everything. I did not leave him. He decided that he wanted to either space himself out from me and not be serious with me, which was a problem. Because when I'm with you, I want to be with you and have a good moments with you. But if you're like distancing yourself, it's kind of sad. He really was. I give my 100% when I'm in a relationship. I just hope that people give the same back to me. And sometimes when you're dating someone monogamous, it's really tough. The transition is tough for you because it's a lot of emotions that men don't normally feel, especially for men. Transitioning is hard. And I respect it being hard. I do respect it being hard to transition to poly. You want a red shirt? Okay. You want a red shirt? You gotta tell me which one you want. You just text me that. You have my number, Lord. So, yeah, we if you want a shirt, you can write on Facebook here in the comments below, and then if you can't like inbox me, I'll make it so you can. But I'll read those first after my videos for a couple of days. I'll go back, and that way I can see that you're interested, and I'll inbox you and ask you the information. We'll go from there. We'll make it a safe transaction. I know people are worried now. Facebook people are doing scams. So we're not gonna do foolishness. We're gonna make it so you can do it online or something. I'm gonna ask Mr. Hollywood's here, the guy who makes the shirts, so I can ask him if there's something he can put up there that says like a Mzpoly shirt, and then they can request that. I don't know if he can do it. We can just ask, and then that way you can pay through that website or something, or PayPal or something like that, where you can feel more secure about it. You want a hoodie, Moppin? What? Okay, so yeah, they can make hoodie. He can make hoodies too. And I do like bears. Well, thank you. what sizes. Y'all gotta tell them what sizes. Anyway, so yeah, everybody can read the comments, Lord. So yeah, we definitely want to be able to do that. Like you said, he makes mugs, hats, all that stuff. Moppin, you're wilding. Moppin said, you got that wop. He felt so in love. If you go to my YouTube, you can see them. There's two of them. I'm gonna do a third one soon. That partner was relatively new, and we hadn't been able to really process a lot of information in detail. So I didn't want him. He felt kind of nervous, so I didn't force him to do the video. He felt nervous because he didn't know. Like we're still kind of working on that stuff. We'll get that more ironed out. And we'll see what's going on, because I actually made a big scene about how I wanted to date someone who's poly. You're rolling. You're watching it now? Oh my God, Straight Moppin's watching it. Lord Jesus. Nola, I keep trying to verse you. What are you two? I'm not doing this. You're watching it. So Moppin's watching my YouTube channel. I want to know what you guys wanted to see too, because there's some people who want to see more interaction with my partners necessarily, because they want to know what they think. Because in polyandry, it's men, and it's strange. Does that make sense? It's like strange to see men interact with me and like be okay with what I'm doing. But I am open to being polyamorous. I'm able to move back and forth. Okay, let me see. Nola wants to battle me, so let me end this game. Okay. Oh my gosh, why is this doing that? What? Oh, I haven't done anything. Why? What? First off, why don't you stop doing that red face? Anyway, being a positive moment here. But I do want to get the shirt. If you guys want to get a shirt and get all that stuff ordered, we're going to set that up. Listen, I need you to, can you set up the shirts on, like, just one shirt on there so that people can go there and order a shirt so that they feel safe about making the purchase online? That's what I want to know. Or are we not able to do that right now? That's what I want to know. Anyway, Moppin was looking at my YouTube. Like I said, I go live on Facebook. My name is the same as Poly Life or Poly Right. One of the two. Usually, but if you put Miss Polly and Mzpoly, you can find me. It's not really that hard. Hey, Captain. I definitely want people to feel in a good positive place. Hey, how you doing? So there's people who say hi to me right now. If you haven't seen, I'm on both devices, so I am interacting with both. I like to do the interaction because it gives me a lot more positive feedback. I get, instant feedback. I don't have to wait to watch the video. I can reply right away. You can hear people ask me questions, and so forth. Even on live on Facebook, the same thing. You guys can't see each other. So I am working on trying to multitask to the best of my ability. Hi, Captain. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I definitely want to make it interactive, my lives. And I want to be able to sometimes, do both. Because sometimes my live is not like extremely like busy. It depends on the time of day. But on TAGG, I get people in there all times of the day. Hey, Captain. How were you quarantined? Your quarantine's all finished? Sorry. Sometimes I tend to do sign language for no reason. Uh, I am good. So yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday was a very up and down day, truthfully, for me. I was really excited at some points, and I was kind of real sad at some points. I kept kind of going through an emotional roller coaster, back and forth, which was upsetting, but it was fine. What is going on? Hey, all day, can you find Miss Can you find Nola? I can't see her in the battle at all. Tell her I can't see her to battle her. I've been trying to tell her. I've looked 3 or 4 times, but I can't see her. Every time I take the box down, I can't see her. Okay. So I usually battle Miss Nola sometimes, and we have conversations, but I can't see her. It's one of those things. So I wish I'd see her, but I don't see her. When I battle her, we go in there and we just have conversations. Let me ask this gentleman to... Hang on 1 second, guys. You know, I do like to have all the devices up because I seem like I could do a lot more stuff. Okay. Yeah, or yeah, if you can't, yeah, try to send her a message. Tell her I cannot see her at all. Like, I've turned it off 3 or 4 times. She just came in here, but then I didn't see her again when I looked. But it may be on purpose. I'm not really sure. There's some foolishness happening around here. Okay, so I can't see her to battle her. That's okay. But what I was doing now, I'm trying to... Oh, well, that's what I want to do. Okay, so I just got approved. So sometimes people can't see my live until I'm approved on both streams. Now I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of upload everything and make everything good. But if you are watching me on YouTube or something like that, if you have any suggestions or questions, please ask. I'm really open to those things. Yeah. So anyway, back to my day of being up and down yesterday. I did try to play the lotto yesterday. I did not win. Damn it. But I did play a scratch off. I just won a little bit, like $3. I wasn't really crazy. I did go out to eat dinner, which was very nice. I went to eat dinner and lunch, so it was really nice. I've never ever had that experience, and so I was kind of glad, even though it wasn't with my partners. It was with people who clearly wanted to spend time with me, and I really appreciate that they took the time to spend time with me out of their day, and that was really nice because they didn't have to do that. Thank you for holding my hearts down. So I really feel like I had a good birthday. It put me in a better mood. I had put on a nice dress. I took some nice pictures. It was a really positive situation there. But since we've been here for a little bit, we talked about my shirts, talked about the mugs, the hats. We're going to talk about that website. I'll put some information on that because I'll be doing that again later today. We're going to go into our topic because... Okay, I do. So, that's something we got to fix. Okay. Tell her we're going to have to... Can you just tell her we're going to have to fix that? I'll tell her. Never mind. I'm glad. You know what? But they did the right thing. I'm actually really happy they did it that way. So, topic for today that we have in our book. Let me grab it real quick. I know. Now look at me. I wasn't even ready all the way. This tells you right there. I could have been better prepared here. Got all my pillows up. And what's not. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to visit me. My thing here. So here we go. So I usually think I have some topics that I gather throughout the days and whatnot, and I talk about those poly things. And if anyone has a topic or something they want to talk about, we can bring those up, because a lot of people are new in my poly group over here. Black Urban Poly Society. There's 10K people who are in that group. A lot of people don't talk in there. They kind of watch. So some come in and out and whatnot. So what we were talking about topic wise was kind of how do you talk to people who are poly when you're brand new, when you're trying to start. What was that? Anyway, how do you start conversation with people when you just start to get into the group, or when you just want to start trying to interact with people? So where is the place you can go? Truthfully, the best place, because we are all in an internet situation right now. You want to go to Facebook.
Mom.
Put in your location.
Mommy.
Misa, no. Go ask Asa.
Mom.
Go to Asa. Go.
Mommy.
Go ask Asa.
Why, Mom?
Thank you. Bye.
Mommy.
No. Anyway, you're gonna see. I have children too, and so they were already set up. But she likes to ask me questions.
Mommy.
What?
I just told her it's just sleeping and you're just sleeping.
Okay, go sit down and watch your show. Thank you.
Okay.
She told me someone was sleeping. Like, okay, thank you. Anyway, so all day said most people are lacking the understanding of the fundamentals. That is right. So one thing is, if you want to start meeting people and just kind of seeing what it's about, Facebook is a good place to go. But I'm gonna tell you something: when you walk into those groups, there's gonna be people at different levels of understanding, different people in different places in the process. You're gonna see a lot of couples. A lot of couples tend to go into those group settings, because in that setting, they already know what they want usually. So I've talked about this in other videos too, but we're gonna just reiterate this. When you're first starting, there's a couple of things you should try to do. Is first off, find out who's around you in your area, because you want to know who's around and what kind of environment you have. There may be a large group where you live, small groups. It depends. I live in the Midwest, and where I live in Nebraska. There's not a whole bunch of people who are out about those kind of things, so it's a little bit harder for me to find someone to talk to unless it's online. My pool is going to be smaller. It's going to be harder to find people. There are people that are open to the things, but it's hard to find them. So that's one thing. So go on Facebook, put in poly. Some of them are regional based, all that kind of things. Then after that, you want to go in, really think about what you're looking for in a relationship. Find out, do you really want to be poly? Or you just think you want to have it for what reasons? Some people come into poly believing that it's all about sex. It is not. There are groups for that. There are groups for that, and I think the reason why people don't know what they would like and they're naming it incorrectly, because they think it's poly. It's not. Most likely it's not. Poly is more of a mental connection. Sometimes necessarily no physical contact is even wanted. It's more of a mental connection. So you got to know what you want from a relationship. Do you think that poly best fits your situation? All right, no swingers. All day said no swingers. Swingers are different. There's a difference between swingers. There's a difference between the swingers. We have wife swappers, swingers. Then you have people who are open relationships. Those are different groups. Now they are really close cousins of poly. They are not the same. If you're an open person, you are not poly. I'm gonna tell you now. That is one thing. There's a couple that I know, which I may have an interview with here soon. They are open, but they are not poly. And they used to say they were poly, and they changed it. I think they did some investigation or had some conversation about what they were looking for, and the criteria did not meet what a poly person is. So they had to change what they were saying, because they're misrepresenting, and not on purpose. And that's the thing we want to make sure everybody knows. They're not misrepresenting on purpose. They're misrepresenting because they were unclear of what they wanted, or they were just not sure of what it actually meant. And so I'm glad that people were able to reevaluate yourself. If you at one time you're poly and you're transitioning to a swing situation or an open situation, that's okay. Just let people know. Can you find people who want to swing with you and be poly? I'm gonna tell you, I think that happens and it's wrong. Because if you're if you want to be in an open relationship and you keep calling yourself poly and you go find a girlfriend, she's not gonna like what you're offering because you're offering something she's not looking for. And you're saying, I'm poly, we're poly, but you're open. You and your girlfriend looking for someone to come in and be more of a sexual excitement for your, spicing up your marriage. That is an open situation. That is not a poly situation. Okay, poly, at the end of the day, we're working towards building relationships to some point. Now, how your relationship is based, that's between you and the people that you're interacting with. Because it's kind of like, you make it what it is, especially in polyamorous relationships. You're kind of building your own kind of relationship based on the needs of the group, right? So those can change. But if you're in a situation where you are, I'm open, and you go up to someone and they're looking for a trouble situation, they're in the wrong situation. You guys shouldn't be talking to each other, and that causes people to get their feelings hurt. It causes people to be upset and not like the lifestyle because they believe that they've been treated wrong and that all people are representing it that way, and it's incorrect. So we want to make, that's why I said my whole thing is polying right and trying to make sure people are clear on what it is. So if you want to be poly, or if you think you want to be poly and you just kind of walk in your steps, okay, so all they said, it's about honoring the specific agreements. That's accurate. That's right. Now, you don't have to look like someone else. We talked about cookie cutter relationships. Not everyone's relationship is the same because no one is the same. It just doesn't make sense. So we definitely want to be able to have people be clear on what they want and everything. So what we're going to do is you're going to make a list. Number one thing I would tell you to do is make a list. Make a list about what you're looking for, what you would want out of a relationship, not what you can give to the relationship first. We're going to do about what we would like from the relationship. You write a list down. It could be between 5 and 10 things. And then you're going to say what's important to you. So like if distance is important to you, if contact is different to you, like physical contact is important, you write down all the things that are really important to you and what you would like a relationship to be for yourself. And that's what you're going to look for in the couple or the one person. If you're looking for one person, two person, whatever. So when you're starting into this lifestyle, you start, weeding down what you're looking for. So then when you go to meet people, you'll relatively know what you're looking for. And it'll be a lot easier and quicker to kind of get to the people. You can see hundreds of posts in one day on some of these groups. Because I know most of us are in more than one group. If you see 7 people in your group and you see like din, 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 and you're like, okay, well, I'm looking for someone who's closer. Done. I'm looking for someone who doesn't have kids or has kids. Done. You can kind of chop through your list faster, and you can then potentially kind of weed down what you're looking for, and don't have to have any contact with anyone that's not going to meet that criteria and have that big awkward moment where you're searching and you're like, oh, you don't have what I like after a day of conversation. You'll already know that the bases are there. And that's also when you're putting up something in your profile for people to look at. When you post something, hey Nicholas, when you post something and you say, hey, I'm looking for this, and this, put some of those things down that you're looking for so people can know specifically. Make a little video. A lot of people seem like they're scared of the live. You can post things in the group chats as lives. You can ask permission to. Put down what you're looking for. Okay, all day down here says it's important to understand yourself, and most people don't. You want to get to know yourself a little bit. Hi, Mario. You want to get to know yourself a little bit, kind of write down some things. That's why I said take a moment and internalize what's going on with you and what you would like. Then go searching. Also, if you're not clear on what kind of polys there are, it is very detailed out there. It can get very wordy. If you need someone to break it down more simple, you can do that. but be able to do that so you know what you're looking for. You're looking for a trouble, looking for a unicorn situation. You need to clarify what those words mean. You need to know so that when you go into a situation, someone asks you, are you this? You don't just say yes. That you know what you are and you know your role. Because when you know your role, you play your part. Right? So we want to be really clear on that. That's really important. If you know you're supposed to be just a platonic girlfriend, and then all of a sudden you're over here trying to do extra stuff, let's not do it. Hey, chubby face, how you doing? I'm here to answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, if you want to have a conversation, we can do that here. I'm on TAGG too. You can inbox me. I'm not gonna not answer you. I answer people who ask me questions. If you go in my inbox and you say, "Oh, I want to do something to you," I mean, I'll just look at it most likely and keep going my way. But if you have a legit question, I may even call you on a video chat because sometimes I'm real lazy with typing. It's just me being lazy. So if you could get a call from me, yeah. But definitely. Check out, I have some YouTube videos too, and I'll try to explain some more things on there. But you definitely want to find out what you're looking for. Communicate. Communication is so important. And I know people are like, well, why? Communication is important everywhere. It is important everywhere, but it's extra important here. You are dealing with multiple people, multiple feelings. Some people don't know how they feel for a little bit. Some people are mad at one time, but they need time to cool down. There has to be communication. It's really a building block on communicating with others and working with people, and really listening and communicating. It's just all one big thing. So don't walk into this thinking you're not going to put in work, because you're going to put in work. You're working with more than one person. That's what the poly life is. You're not working with one person anymore. You're working with 2 or 3 people. So when people say it's harder to be poly, it seems like a lot going on. It is not a lot going on. I'm dealing with more than one person. And I have to kind of just function in that moment. It just makes sense. If that's too much for you and you're used to doing one person, then that's fine too. Find that for yourself. But I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people out here who aren't dealing with just one person. They're not. And a lot of people get into trouble with that because they're running around trying to interact with people, and not necessarily sexually either. Some girls don't want their boyfriend talking to other women. If you're in a poly situation, that some people might be okay with that. They're like, wait, it's okay. I know you wanted to connect with other women. You like flirting. You're enjoying yourself. You're not necessarily want to have sex with them, but maybe you just want to enjoy their time. And I'm okay with that. You gotta kind of fill out what you're looking for and what you want from those situations. Jealousy does happen. So remember that. Keep that in mind. Jealousy does happen. It's not jealousy for some people. It's a real thing, and they fight with it every day. Okay, so we have what someone say. So J City said, is it a good idea to give someone another chance who expressed that they don't want to be poly? Mostly in times of frustration, but also in times of reflection as well. She admitted to me that she doesn't want to be poly yet. She still pursues me. Okay, so this just happened to me. I had to break up with a boyfriend, Jay. Listen to this crap. I had a boyfriend. He told me that he would try it, and he did try to be poly with me. He was not. He's monogamous, and she likes you. He tried to be poly with me, and then he started catching really strong feelings for me, and then it was bothering him. So what he was doing was causing separation and having moments. He was having jealous moments, and in those moments they'll say what they really feel, but then they'll go back and say, well, maybe it's worth it because I really care for you and I really want to be with you. And so then they'll try again. The attempts are them showing that they're trying, but not necessarily saying that they want to be poly. They just want to be with you. Does that make sense to you? So in your situation right now, it just sounds like she wants to be with you. And if the price of being with you is that she has to deal with someone else, she's saying that's okay for now. But when things happen or things go bad or things don't go the way she likes, or she has a jealous moment, it could be anything. What happens is she goes back to saying, oh, snap. I don't like this feeling. Make it go away. And what is it that can make it go away? You stop being poly. Choose me. It's one of those things. If they say they don't want to be poly, it is true. I'm not saying give up on it. I have a partner who is very monogamous, and he said he's wanted to give up on it multiple times, because it was really tough for him. I've had a partner who did give up on it. He didn't give up on it, but he made space, and the space was hurting me. And I don't want to be in a hurt situation. I don't want my feelings being hurt. So, I mean, if we're both hurting each other, it's not a good relationship, and it's going to be bad. And I don't want bad relationship for us. So I remove myself from that situation in a positive way. In a positive way. And so you're going to have that conversation with her, Jay. You're going to have that conversation with her. Like, so are you fighting with jealousy? And this is one thing too. This is one thing, note this. Some people are really jealous. And they fight with that, but they want to be poly. And what's really stopping them is the jealousy that they have. Jealousy, for me, in my opinion, it comes from someone feeling like they're not valued, or feeling like they have an insecurity. And calling someone insecure is not necessarily bad. We all have insecurities. We are people. We're not, above God. So obviously we have flaws. So what is triggering her? That's what I would ask J City. What triggers those conversations? It could be more than one thing. If she feels like you're spending more time with another partner. And in her past, she's had men who have done that to her. When they find someone new or they're cheating, what they do is they spend less time with her and they give more attention to another person. And she can see that. And then so she does is that's triggering an emotion. Emotion then triggers the jealousy. And then she's like, well, hey, I don't want that feeling. I don't want you to leave me. And so she'll get upset. Basically, it's self-preservation. Your mind's trying to self-preserve itself from the hurt. How do I stop you from hurting me? Stop being poly. Just be with me. Make the choice. Say I'm the one you want. That's what's going to make it better. That's in their mind, their processes. It's hard for me to watch you with other women, but what makes it hard? What is it? Ask, can I do something to make you feel secure? My job is to make you feel secure with me, make you feel safe. How can I make you feel safe? I've had to do it with my partners multiple times. What is it that I'm doing to trigger? Now I can really, since I'm been polyandry, I have a lot more leeway than most of the other kind of poly people, because my gentlemen don't interact with each other very much, because it's a whole man thing, whatever. So I can kind of slide by with less contact. Like, they don't really notice the contact, and I'm pretty good at managing it. They don't really know there's someone else. Now, as I've had partners say they kind of do know I'm with someone else. Yeah, because I told you. And this, if I didn't tell you, you would not know. It's just usually random. We would be okay. So Jay said it's usually random. We could be perfectly fine. Then all of a sudden there's a problem. Then a scene, and then destructive behavior. Yeah, the lashing out, acting up. That's what me and my partner, one of my partners, we call it. Hi OJ. We call it having a jealous. You're having a moment. That's what we would call it. You're having a moment. And the moments are horrible and they hurt my feelings. The moments are probably horrible for you and they're horrible. He says, always my interaction with another woman that triggers it though. That's what it is. Hey, OJ, thank you for all those gifts, sweetheart. Yeah, that's what it is. Do you see? And what particular interaction? Sometimes it's like specific, but it might be the whole thing in general. Oh, you talk to her. Okay, I can't talk to people now? And the answer is no, because ask her. She'll probably tell you that somewhere behind her, someone has done that to her, and they ran off and left her. Or they ran off and they continued the behavior. That's what they did. And so now she's insecure, and the insecurity is she thinks you're going to leave. Everything comes back down to this. They're losing you. And how do you stop you from losing me? You know what I'm saying? So someone's done that to her and it triggers her. So you're going to have to either figure out, first off, make her feel secure. You're going to have to bring her into a calm place. Talk to her about what's making her trigger this way. Say, I notice when I'm having interactions with other women, And then they'll start getting that, oh, I mean, you already know. No. We're going to have a conversation that's calm. Because I want to help you. Because I love you or I care about you. And I want you to know that I'm serious about you. If I didn't want you here, you would not be. And that might sound like an ass thing to say. She doesn't know that. When women say, oh, I know he ain't going nowhere, then why are you making scenes? Why are you making scenes? If you know I'm not going anywhere, why are you making scenes? These are conversations. And if you don't like something that I'm doing, that's a conversation. That's a conversation. Because we need to be in this place where we want to talk about it. Now, this is compromise too. This is one thing. If you, let's say, like she's saying, hey, when you're out here, when I'm talking to you, and we're having a good time, and you now you guys don't realize, and men and women, every time, let's say, here, I'm gonna give a scenario, because it's happened to me once. She knows I'm locked in. She knows I love her. I propose. We have 2 children now, a 1-year-old and a 3-week-old. Okay. No. I think you guys think that. Women do not know that. This is what women know. Those kids are forever. You are not forever in her mind. Men walk away from relationships every day like it's nothing. Like it's a trash bag. And I'm not trying to say you would do that. But that means nothing to her. There's men who have full-on kids. They stuck here forever. You've been there for a long time. And even if you don't, quote-unquote, leave, you're not there emotionally. And why would you want to be in an emotional relationship with someone who doesn't want to be there with you? So that doesn't mean too much. And unfortunately, that's what it is to women in their mind. You can walk away and you can start over. She cannot. Society's made it that way. We women have a lot more pressure with they're going to have the kids. They're going to have all this. And then they get to go off and start brand new. Like nothing mattered. And I know men don't think that way, but that's how it is for us. So for her, she might not tell you in the back of her mind, you could leave. You could leave because you're already interacting with other women. There is a fear of being left. But the triggering the jealousy. So this is what I mean by women can't start over. This is a good one. Men do not see this. You can go out the door tomorrow and say, I'm not coming back. I'm not helping you with anything that we already had foundationally. I can walk out here and I can just go in my car, jump out here, get a job, and then start over somewhere else. Hey, Esquire. Point blank. Women will be like, oh, if I leave, I have to take care of these kids. How am I going to make sure they're okay? How am I going to keep the same kind of financial situation? How am I going to keep... This is what goes to women's head. How am I going to keep this over? Oh, I can start over. Women who just quit a man, it's a process to start over, especially when you have children. She has a small child. Daycare is expensive. How's she going to keep that up? Thank you, babe. Thank you for those gifts. It's a process for us. Men don't have to worry about who's going to watch their kids. You might, but most men just walk away and then say, oh, she'll figure out. That's what moms do. It happens all the time. And I know, baby, you're not that person. And I'm glad you think that way. That's what men do. They walk away. And then it's easy to walk away. They just walk away. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an asshole. Because I've been on both sides of the playing field here. They'll walk away. And they can. And society does not deem them responsible. If a man walks away from his family, leaves his kids, they say, oh, he abandoned his family, nothing happens. But a woman walks away from her children and goes off to Kansas, marries some guy, she's abandoned, she's a horrible mom, a bad person, and she should have her children removed from her. What kind of person is that? Women are even looked at in society as scum if they leave their children. Men can leave their children and not see them for years. And they're like, oh, he's a horrible dad, blah, 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 all that baby daddy talk, we call it. If a woman leaves her children, even women will talk down to her like she's a piece of shit. Oh, you a mom. How could you do that? How dare you? You're a horrible person. You're not even a woman. What are you? You can have a breakdown. They don't give a fuck. That's why women have to push through. People say women are strong. We have no choice, really, truthfully. Or that, or you're going to have somebody at your house saying, oh, no, you're going to take your kids. You ever seen someone come to your house, a woman, a man, or the DCF or whoever, Child Protective Service, come to your house, remove your children from you as a woman, and take them to their daddy when he run off? You should take half these kids. No. Because they put it in the mother's thing. That's why there's a lot of benefits for moms. They don't even ask questions. It's just society has made it that way, unfortunately. What was that? I'm sorry, Jay. The crazy thing about that is I'm at the one who leaves. She leaves multiple times. I had to start over completely a number of times. I'm also very active in my child's life, and me abandoning them isn't a concern for her at all. I understand what you're saying for sure. It's just it doesn't apply to your situation. Okay, that's okay because I've seen that situation too. That's great that you stand up and stay there, but she gets so stressed out she leaves. She removes herself. That's a little odd behavior. Sometimes when women do that, they're just trying to give an excuse so they can leave because they want to leave for real and they know you'll stay. And so there are women who get that situation, special situation. Some men have that special situation where their women continue to cheat on them and leave them repeatedly, or they decide to they don't want to be with that guy anymore, and they see that he's going to take care of the kids and he's going to be a good support system, and they'll keep continuing to remove themselves from the situation. And sometimes it's underlying. Sometimes women don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be with you and I'm going to leave because you're not doing this. Sometimes it's an excuse to do something that they really want to do in the first place. So they'll just waiting and lie and wait for you to do something so they can say, oh, that's why you did it. So they can continue to do something they wanted to do in the first place. I'm a woman. I know that. Yeah, I'm trying to give. They're like, oh, you're giving away tips. No, I'm just giving away real life situations so everyone can be happy. But if you guys are in a real legit situation, she may not want to be poly. You have to consider that if she doesn't want to be poly and it's too much stress for her, and that she keeps walking away from it, it's probably because she doesn't want to do it. And if that is true and she can't handle it, or whatever the reason is, then maybe being together is not an option, or maybe you are not going to be able to be poly and you're going to have to just deal with that. You're going to have to just deal with that and be okay with that and just, but at this point, sometimes when you go poly, you can't go back because you've already initiated that I'm interested in other women mentally and physically. And that other people stimulate me. And so not everything is going to be on her radar like, oh, what the fuck is this? And some people can't get over that transition or the attempt to transition. They really struggle with it and they can't get over it. And then the only thing is really to remove yourself from the relationship, unfortunately. Because they'll just keep being toxic because you're going to always have to be in question. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you know that something's wrong, you just have to know that you're going to be accused all the time. You're going to have to deal with the crap or you're going to have to remove yourself. You're going to have to choose. But definitely have a conversation about it. Because like I said, I'm not there in your relationship. I would want you to have open dialogue. And remember, when you have open dialogue, to bring people into that safe place. If that makes sense. And when I know people don't understand what I'm saying when I say safe place. If someone is heightened in emotion, it could be women or men. Men shut down fairly quickly. Women sometimes they shut down, but it's different. It's outbursts. If you have to bring them back down, and sometimes using words is very important to bring that person to this part where they feel safe, to this place where they're open enough to trust you in that moment. If they're getting heightened, remember, keep your voice down. Bring them back down. Let them talk a little bit so they feel like you're listening, in which you should be. But hey, listen, you are so upset right now. I can't really understand what's going on. I need you to sit with me. I need you to sit with me and talk calmly. I will listen. You don't have to scream. I'm right here. If you need me to pause and let you talk for a minute, I will do that. And then I'll tell you what I think. If you want me to do that, I'll do that for you. But I care about you and I want this to work. This is why I'm trying. If I didn't care, I wouldn't listen. If I didn't care, I'd walk away. I'm here for you and I want us to figure this out. Can there be something done? Let's try to figure it out. What can I do? Do you need me to go slower? Some people who are poly, we move fast in our poly life because we're so excited. We're so excited to make connections, so excited to meet people. We want to move really fast because we're so excited. In that excitement, you have to realize not everybody's on the same level and that your partner is hurting. And to watch you be happy and enjoy someone else is hurtful. And so maybe you have to bring your joyfulness down and release it in front of them. Whew. Yeah, I had a nice date. It was okay. You might have to bring that level down so then they feel secure. Okay. He had a nice date, but okay. He's not like overjoyed. You see, you have to kind of tailor that. So those are the things you need to know. What is triggering this? Is it that I'm going on the date? Am I talking to people? Is it me communicating that with you? How much do you think you would like to know? Is it too much? There's a lot of depth to it. So that's why we say communication is so important. Okay, Jay City said, I didn't choose to be poly. I've been, oh, yep, polygamorous since I was 10 years old, and I can't just up and not be poly. I'll just be a different person. That notion to me is insane whenever she says it. But thank you. Sorry, I'm making more. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate the advice. It was helpful. Yeah, I don't want you to, don't fake the funk. I don't want you to fake the funk, but some people have to bring it down that level of excitement because we be way up here. And I've done that to my partner once before. I was just so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited to meet new people. I found someone who's amazing and they're cool and they're nice and I'm having so much fun with them. And my partner's like, bitch, why? Why are you so happy? You're not happy. Are you happy when you're with me? I don't see you this excited. And then you have to kind of tell them, well, after we hang out, do you get to hear me talk about you? You don't get to hear me talk about you. I could be just as excited. You wouldn't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, give them that perspective. Like, hey, I'm telling you about an experience I had. I'm sharing with you right now. But if you want to know, you was just as fun yesterday. Okay? Like, it's one of those things. I think some people get like, we're so excited. We meet people like probably like in the last month or two, I just started kind of being very open with one of my partners about other people. And I talk to him a lot and I feel like we're really close friends. And so not to be able to express when I go on a date is really hard for me. Sometimes he'll say, I have a YouTube video, he'll say, I don't like hearing about the other boyfriends because I'm so excited. I had a wonderful date. We went here. I mean, I don't tell him like he holds my hand or anything, but I'll be like, we're so excited. We shared these moments and they were wonderful. And I want to share that with my partner because he's my friend. But he like, okay, that's enough. Thank you for the sauce. And he'll say like, you be sharing too much. Sometimes you go too far. And I'm like, oh, really? That's too much? Okay, I'll stop. And then I just feel, but I think he knows I don't mean any harm. But I mean, it comes with the territory. But making someone feel secure, I really do try my best. When he feels jealous, we agreed upon some things. I know it sounds bad. He can have a moment, and we'll say, okay, and I don't say anything during his moments. I try to a little bit, but then I stop and I'll say, okay. I'm like, is your moment done? And then he'll usually, and I don't know, maybe I hang up or something, and he'll be like, okay, I had my moment. He can say nasty things that aren't nice. And so then I'm like, oh, it just made me sad. And now he tries his best to kind of be very positive or just won't say nothing or less. But he struggles with that even now. But I think he's doing better, a lot better. So in the beginning, it was a lot of stressful moments with the transition. Because he was monogamous, and to do that is like horrible. It's horrific. It's horrific for them. Partners who are not normally poly, it is horrific to watch your partner. And for me, to watch my partner be loved on is amazing. So when I see people flirt with him or him enjoying himself in other people's presence, I think he looks amazing. I feel like he just glows, and I love it. But other people do not. They would be like, what the fuck is he glowing for? He should only be glowing when he sees me. And it's like, God, it gets real out here. No, he shouldn't glow when he only sees you. You're not the only thing in the world that makes him happy. If that was the truth, then, you wouldn't need any entertainment in your life or anything. It would just be them. That's strange. Anyway, so I get what you're saying. I hope you have a really good luck on your journey. And I hope that maybe you guys can work it out. You may have to tailor it back. Maybe ask, like, if you want me to start slow, do you want me just to talk to one person? Do you want to be involved? Do you want me to, I don't know. Like, what is it that I can do to make you feel good about the process? We're going to talk about each step of the process. If I talk to someone a little bit less, if I keep it quiet, do you want to see the text? Some people, that's too much for them. I don't know. You got to find your path in there that works for both of you. give and take. But if it doesn't work out, truthfully, since you said, this is the poly life, is your life you want to live. You're hurting yourself by not being able to express that. And so you got to consider that too. And I'm not talking about even just for the children. If you're an unhappy parent, you're not making anyone happy. But you just got to work on those things. And some people are better at being co-parents. It happens. So yeah, gotta make those choices and see. And I hope you have a good journey on that. But yeah, thank you for asking. You don't want anybody to fake the funk. That's so horrible. I'm sorry, you guys got me laughing over here. I remember some outbursts I had from my boyfriend. That shit was real life. I was like, goddamn. These men out here be y'all a little rough sometimes. I don't know. I don't like people cuss at. I don't care if someone cusses at me, but if it's like my partner who likes, like, I get like so sad. I'm like, why are you cussing at me? I'm a nice lady. Like, don't do that. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, sometimes I like to taunt too. I'm a very playful person, so I like taunting people for no reason unnecessarily. Oh damn! The whole charger fell out. Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to work on jealousies, maybe I'll make a video about that. Working on jealousies. Oh, that's horrible. Working on jealousy. You really got to work on jealousy. You got to ask people a lot of questions. What makes you feel jealous? Is me talking to another woman triggering you? It's not just talking to them. Sometimes it's the way you talk to them. Does that make sense? I've had a situation where, like, it wasn't that I was talking to him. It was the way I was talking to him was different from the other one. And they were like, well, why are you talking to him like that? And sometimes you got to remind people, my connection with someone else is different than yours. That's why we have a different connection. We connect differently. So my conversation may be different. Does that make sense to you? So don't get up stressed about it. Okay. Good morning, Shorter. Let me just check all the streams here real quick. Okay. And then this one here. Someone named Belle. Hi. So why is it so hard to find a queen for us in the is it LS? Is that lost? What I don't know. I'm not gonna try to guess. My husband and I are looking for our queen. So what are you looking for? Exactly. There's different kind of things looking for. What I mean by exactly is have you guys taken the time to see, like, first off, if you guys know what you're looking for together as a partner and separate as for a partner, because you're gonna have to meet multiple needs. Tripods are amazing, but tripods are really hard to get because you're gonna have to find someone who can stimulate you in a couple setting and individual setting. That's a lot of times why some of them do not work, is because they can stimulate the couple when they're all three together, but individually they cannot stand alone. And a tripod's supposed to be a situation where you can stand with your partner individually and together. Because if something happens to your husband and it's just you and another partner, do you guys have a relationship that you guys are going to stay together when they're gone? That's really a good question you have to ask yourself, because if you can't stand alone, if something happens, how can you can move forward with them? You're gonna leave them. So you guys weren't really a tripod anyway. And then there's some people who are like that. Some of them have platonic situations. Even platonic tripods to some degree should at least have some kind of bond. Yes, we do know what we're looking for. Exactly, looking for someone to stimulate both of us and individually, or just both of you at the same time. If you're looking for someone to stimulate you both at the same time, you're looking for a unicorn situation. Unicorns are someone who's able to come into the relationship, have their fun, whatever, but still be individual. Like, are you looking for a real true tripod where everybody's connected and you're all together at the same time? Like, you guys can. Now, platonic ones are a little bit different, because sometimes platonics don't stay together because you're connected but not really sexually, and so you may go out and look for another man to replace maybe the other man that's gone or the other partner that's missing, but you're not necessarily sexually stimulated with each other. So you have to know that. But if you want both, you got your little list and you know what you're looking for. You just gotta go looking. Dating is evil. Dating is evil. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it sounds crazy. People are like, well, that's a lot to look for in a person. It is. That's why tripods, people who see tripods that work and that stay together long can do what I just said. They can be together separately and together separately and together because you can't stand alone. Your tripod's supposed to be able to stand alone if something happens. You're just supposed to be able to do it. If you cannot, it's like a camera stand. My tripod here, if it's missing a leg, it does not work. It does not work. So if someone's like, that's what I think that people get confused. If your husband is bonded with a woman, now that's polygamy. If you want to do that crap, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's like crap, but you know what I'm saying. But if you were a tripod, your husband finds a lady he really likes, and you like her, and she's all right, right? But when you guys are together, you have great sexual experience. Sometimes you all hang out and we have a good time. You drink and everything's fun. But then one day he leaves you at home with her and she does something to piss you off. And now you tell him, oh, I don't like the way she did that. So what happens? You just cause a ripple between your tripod. Because you can't go to her because you don't feel comfortable enough coming to her and saying, hey, babe, what you did, I don't like. We need to have a conversation about this. You usually end up doing what? You go to your other partner and tell your other partner what's wrong. And then that one goes there. Then he feels like he's in the middle. Then you start making him feel like he has to choose sides. It's all the bad situation. And usually those end in somebody being removed. And most likely the one that was added. I find that the queens we approach are totally honest with what they want. Okay, challenges all day said. So what, give me an example. Can you give me an example of do you mind if you get, no, don't do that. What is, because I usually have someone in the box underneath, but it'll mess it up. What is it that has happened before? Can you give me examples why it's been hard for you? And maybe you don't have to say anyone's name or nothing. Maybe just in general what maybe happened. Oh, not totally honest. That is a problem with all poly everything. A lot of them are misrepresenting. We were talking about poly and right. I say that a lot. They don't actually know what they're looking for, or they're not sure, or they're thinking that they have to give something to be poly that they don't want to give. If that makes sense. So some women are very needy, and you have to recognize that in yourself. Some of us don't. I sometimes don't even know. Sometimes I can be really needy. But if you're a person who's really a needy person, or you realize that, and you see that they have a special partnership maybe with another partner that they're with, that may really bother you. That's something you're going to have to struggle with as a group, because that person's going to always think that you're giving too much attention to someone else and they're not getting enough. But the real issue is that there's a needy partner and they need to find something to do. Needy people usually are just bored. Needy people usually are just bored. Find something constructive to take up your time with. That's why you talk about goals. Some people might not have a goal. I just want to live and have fun. Okay, no, we ain't doing that. That's what teenagers do. Live and have fun. So, like, what are your goals in life? What do you want to meet? Do you have things you want to do? And let's talk about that. Or do you want someone to come behind and be a mental supporter for you in those situations? Maybe you can be a cheerleader. Hey, listen, wake up every morning. You were working on your new body today. Remember, you talking about you want to lose 20 pounds. Let's go. I'm going to call you every morning. That is a way you can bond with someone. And that's why there's more than one of you. Maybe one of your husband goes to work early in the morning and you go to work at, 9, and then she wakes up, she's home by herself all day. And you can call and be like, hey, I want to tell you something. I want you to know that, today I want you to do those sit-ups. I want you to do that because I know that's a goal of yours. And hey, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do a virtual call. Let's do some virtual sit-ups in the stand room so we can be together on this. Sometimes you have to make that extra, effort to make a connection with that person so they feel like they're getting attention from you and the other partner. Like I said, individual relationships and together relationships. the little bit of effort that you think doesn't mean anything means so much to people sometimes. It really does. You don't realize it, but it does. It matters. So you taking the time out your day to say, hey, he's at work, basically you just call and say, hey, I just want you to know I want you to have a great day. I'm on my way to work. I was just thinking about you. You have a great day. Hang up. Done. That attention right there was given. They're remembering that all day. These are the things that kind of people don't realize that other people take really notice of. I know. Don't we all just, okay. So, you want your third partner. I love threes. And the thing, I'm gonna tell you, tripods are really hard to find. People think it's easy just to bring someone in a relationship and it's fine. It is not. It's like so much chemistry. You have to like her. He has to like her. You got to like each other in the same room. You got to feel really comfortable with that person, especially if you're being sexual with that person. Oh my gosh. Did you know, as a woman, the more you get with, anyone, and time you spend with them, the more open you are to anything that they want to do, and you explore things together and you try things. You're not scared if there's an accident. I know this might sound gross, like you don't scared if you fart because he start pounding your guts in. You might be worried about it, but I mean, you kind of got to feel comfortable in that room. I'm just saying, like, if something happens, or hey, there's sexual accidents that happen all the time, people, and it's crazy, and you just gotta be in that safe place with your partner. And you need to do that with 3 people. If I'm seeing her eating her out, are you going to feel left out? Or if he's eating her out and giving her just a wonderful moment with her, are you going to feel left out? Are you going to know they're just having a moment and it's beautiful to watch your partner have this moment with someone else? And that's it. You got to feel real comfortable. It's a lot of work. So don't feel bad. It just takes time. Okay, let's see here. Cornelia said, my wife and I are courting, and she and the couple, we have a group chat together and we talk together. That's what my wife says. Oh, and then we are building that safe place. Yeah, Cornelius, build that safe place. And then Belle said, we always run into Lays wanting one of us more than the other, and she becomes a problem. Yeah, that happens because there's somebody attracted to somebody other a little bit more. This is what you got to tell them too when this happens. This is where people freak out. You are going to, okay, because first of all, I'm pretty sure you're not doing it all intentionally. You're going to like someone more than the other one at first. You just met. And you may have a stronger connection to one of your partners than the other. Happens all the time. Does not mean you have to break up. And sometimes when we're having those wonderful moments with one of our partners, the other one feels like they're being left behind. And they're like, well, why aren't they bonding with me? Well, I don't know, but maybe we're watching a TV show together and I'm really, really bonding with him because me and him do the same field of work. We're having all these things and we're really vibing. But when I talk to you, we maybe have less in common. We only talk about exercising and cooking or the children. We don't really have, and right now I'm really focused on this TV show and it's so exciting and revved up that I want to just tell him all this and he understands what I'm talking about and you don't really care. And so it's like causes this weird space where you're feeling like one's left out. Mention it. These are where the conversations take place. And people say, fuck conversation. You need to be like, okay, listen, I know you're having a wonderful time over there and I appreciate it. And you ain't hating on it. What I would like to know is that how can we build something that's going to be something we can do to build our connection stronger? Because it's a little bit unbalanced. And I know that may happen and that's okay. But what can we do? Can we do an activity together? What are you interested in right now? Other than that damn TV show. Okay? Or what can we do to build something with us? Or sometimes you might have to wait a little bit. But keep trying. Don't give up when they're uneven, if that makes sense. Because sometimes that does happen. I mean, there's partners I want to hang out with like a lot more than the other ones. But at that moment, because then next week I may want to just hang out with the other one. I'm going to miss my time with the other one. And I'm going to be like, hey, what's up? And so just kind of remind them. That's why I said those little things like giving them a call in the middle of the day. That helps because you're letting them know, hey, I still know you're there and I care. Sometimes that people just need to hear that because then they feel like oh, well, he doesn't care about me anymore. Yeah, I do. I'm going to call you right now for no reason. Give those little things that people talk about that, people say in your relationships. Thank you, babe. Hey, Team Lee. People think is stupid. Do that shit. Send some flowers for no damn reason. hey, I know I'm really focused on this show with her and we're really interacting, but I want you to know I ain't forgot you. Some of those little things will help mend the little pieces in between while you're building. And then I know that some women get carried away and then try to make riffles in between. Don't do that. Now you gotta get rid of those crazy people. But if it's just a situation where it's just like they're really bonding over something, you want to allow them to bond. Okay. Belle said, Cornelius said we're building that safe place. Okay. And then Chris, hey Chris, let me read it. Okay. My wife won't let me bring a little person home. No disrespect at all, but I'm in love with little people. But I'm married, so what should I do? Why? What's the why? What's the problem? You gotta tell me why. What's her reason? She has a reason. Is she saying it's weird? So I'm on both. I'm on tagged and live on Facebook. So I'm looking at both screens. So Team Lee, I see you. Thank you for the roses. I'm looking at both. Oh, so she has some kind of phobia. Does she think they're going to eat her? They're not Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz. I'm just saying. She has a phobia. Well, who did she want to touch her? I mean, that's my question. Is she going to be participating? You should tell her, hey, babe, I like little people, but I also like you. So that means there's something about you two are in common. I don't know. I'm just teasing you. I mean, if you really enjoy smaller people, I mean, that's your preference. I don't know. That's like saying, oh, babe, I really like light-skinned girls. And you're like, I hate light-skinned girls. Okay, like, are you going to be eating her out too? I mean, what's going on here? Is that what we doing? We sharing the same? Are you sharing the same people? Or are you just having a sexual experience? Oh, that sounds interesting indeed, actually. So Chris said, yeah, the little person wants to stand up and give her head. I think that sounds amazing. Why not try it? Can she try it? You got maybe, listen, y'all got to sweet talk these ladies. See how I touch my hair like it was a cat? I do that when I soothe myself. You got to be like, hey, babe, I understand you're a little weird. Listen, what I want you to do. Just let's try it out. Once you try it, then at least you know. You know how to say, try it, you like it. You know a little song by Yo Gabba Gabba, try it, you like it, try it, you like it. Yeah, try it. And if you don't like it, then we can maybe talk about some alternatives. Because maybe I need to get my fetish in. Maybe, every Wednesday night, once a month, I need to have a small person in my life. Can you be okay with that since you don't want to play? Can we please try it? No, you tell them that. You gotta tell her that she give it a try, because you know what? There's gonna come a time when she's gonna want you to try something maybe you don't want to do. And wouldn't you rather me have a little bit of, they tried for me, maybe I try for you. Yes, I do not sleep with other men. I am bisexual. I love women. I find people in the poly swing world seem to be turned off and judgmental. I choose to only be penetrated by my husband. It is a rule in this lifestyle. Yes, she has her. So if you have your own rules, you need to ask someone the rules. Especially when you're dating couples, you have to ask people their rules. You have to. It just makes sense. There are some women who do not want to be penetrated by a man. That's not their husband. So you just can't do it. This is a good example. It's a good example. So, okay, so I know you had a question, so I was trying to make sure I read that right. So what I just said, this it doesn't matter what anybody else wants. It's not a rule. This is what I noticed. So there's different kinds of poly. We all talk about this, but remember, in each individual poly section, they all have sometimes a rule that they kind of go by. That may be individual or in the group. For example, people who are polygamist, they do not want other men with their women. Point blank. To the point that this how far it will go. if I was to go to a polygamous man and I saw him, he's wonderful, which has happened to me before, and there's a woman, and I said, oh, I like her too, and I went and said, hey, can we all three have a relationship? And he said, well, get rid of your polyandry men. And I say no. And he said, well, I can't think of the fact that you are getting penetrated by another man. You're coming back here and you're messing around with my woman after you've been penetrated by a man. Now, they might say sexual stuff, but it might be sexual deeds. That's not why. Because he wants me to choose. He doesn't want to penetrate me and know that someone else is with me because he knows that will bother him. If that's for you, something that you and your husband discuss for whatever your reasons are, private or whatever, you don't have to share that here if you don't want to. If your reason is just because you just don't like to have more than one penis in your vagina, if that's your shit, then that's your rule. You don't want it. It is not a rule. Sometimes the individual poly groups, they have their own kind of philosophy on things, and that's why they don't do things. There are polyamorous groups who think that, everybody's a free-for-all. Polyamorous people kind of have free-for-all. They really make your own kind of thing. Then there is, polyandry, they're kind of okay with, they know that a man's being with their woman, but it kind of bothers them. But like I said, if you're like that, like you said, you don't want him penetrating, that's kind of the individual. I don't think it's looked down upon. I think they see it as you're not sharing. You're not fully sharing your partner. But that's not necessarily true. That's something that you've made. That could be even a personal thing. That could be something that you're helping your partner with as an insecurity. Maybe your partner's like, you know what? I really want... Listen, men have this insecurity. Feeling like they want to be known that they're the best and they're the only one in it. Because maybe another man who penetrates you may, fuck that up for them. Who may give it to you better and you may not want to stay. That is one insecurity that men have. Y'all, I'm not saying Belle's husband is doing that. What I'm saying is there are men who have that insecurity that if another man fucks you better, you will leave. Lots of men have that issue. Is he fucking you better? That's what they ask. Is he bigger than me? Where do you think those questions come from? They're insecurities called jealousy, and they don't want to feel inadequate. And so what they do is they just remove themselves. Men do that all the time. So that's what a lot of times those rules come from, is because that's an insecurity. And maybe you and your partner have decided to help them with the insecurity that you're no longer going to let someone else penetrate you. And that is your shit. That's your shit. That's to make sure your partner feels safe. And you do what you got to do for you and your partner, because your pod is between you and your pod. Okay? So you can't just, people who say, oh, it's all of them, whatever. No. And in swingers are not the same as poly people. Swingers are swingers. Swingers are swingers. Now, I know people say we're poly swingers. I don't believe that shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. Swingers are swingers. I don't know why they try to put poly on it. Poly and swingers are not the same. Poly and open are not the same. Swingers are people who basically are married and they do not put anyone above themselves. Like, they're a married couple, they're together. They may swing and swap husband and wives, but they're never going to have a committed relationship where they're all together, living in the same house, or have something kind of building. Their whole purpose is to basically just have a sexual experience. Maybe with the same consistent people, but they're still just having a sexual experience. It's never going to be deeper than that. You're never going to have that deeper thing. Some people need more of a mental connection to have sex, and that's why they hang out, but not swinging. Swinging is exactly what it sounds like. You coming right back. Poly's like, I might let you go over there. You hang out over there, and you can bring her back. You're gonna bring something back when you swing. You're gonna bring, But women can feel the same too. In the beginning, I was worried about if another woman could fuck my man better than me, but not anymore. We're solid. Yes, see, that's the same thing. Women are like, women have different vaginas. People think that that's not something that happens. Somebody might be wetter than you, so they might do some other tricks than you. Some people have really good Kegel skills. There are people who can suck dick better than you. There's always going to be someone better than you. Always. God makes people better every day. There's always going to be someone better than you at something, at a skill. Just be comfortable with who you are and what you can do. Because someone will be fine with what you're doing. And that's an insecurity. Insecurity causes the jealousy, causes all the stress, and really need to be worked on the insecurities. And as you're working on your insecurities, you make rules within your pod or in your group that relieve some of that stress for your partner. Some of those things don't have to stay there forever. Your rules can change over time. Just like you just said, Bill, you felt uncomfortable. So maybe you made something like, can we communicate after that? You might need something from your partner extra to feel secure within that. And then once you felt good about it, you didn't need that anymore. You didn't need that crutch to continue your process. And so that's what we're doing. When I say go to your partner and make sure they feel secure by making rules that help them feel secure in a relationship, those rules aren't really put there to stay forever necessarily. Maybe it depends, but you're really supposed to just put them there so they can be a way that you can work on your insecurities a little at a time in a safe environment and feel good until you can remove it, because that's because your trust has been built. I trust that you are happy with me, and no matter what's going on over there, you are with me for me, and I'm enough. And when you feel like that with your partner, you're not only giving them, permission to go out here and do whatever, you're also giving them permission to hold and value you. And so that's why when we first start having these wonderful love sessions with someone, when you first find your first love and it hurts you so bad, you feel like you're dying. Your first love, when your first love does something to you horrible, you feel like you're dying inside because you've given them everything and you put your trust in your life and your love and everything into them, and they have broken that, torn it from you. And so you feel hurt, you feel broken, you feel wounded like an animal. It's horrible. It's because you've given them everything. You've given them all this responsibility and they're walking with you. And truthfully, as a partner, you should feel that way. You're responsible for a lot, not everything. You're responsible for really, taking care of your partner, just emotionally, because they're giving you something really precious, and you should feel like, I value this enough. Even if it's something like tell them something bad. I value enough to tell you bad things. And then we can try to work on it. I'm not talking about purposely hurting anyone, but you know what I'm saying? And you want to help them be a better them and work on themselves, because only you are responsible for your happiness, of course. But, if your happiness entails me being the right person for you, I need to be able to support you in those needs. We're just supporting each other, really. Okay, Chris, what is a way I can make my wife feel more secure and comfortable when bringing another woman into our relationship? Because we tried and experienced we are not good, and she loves women, so that is hang on, make it bigger. That's the problem. Okay, hang on. Well, what's uncomfortable? I know, and it sounds weird. I had to ask details because I need to know. What is she saying, I guess? And what part is she upset about? Is it the sexual part or is it the mental part? There's two different pieces. Because you're trying, basically, you really need to talk to her, because you have to have her be able to be truthful too. Some people hide that stuff. You gotta be truthful, right? You're gonna tell the truth, right? You're not gonna lie, right? But like, what you can usually, what you're doing to trigger them if you really think about it. I do it to my partner, and I'm like, because you feel weird when you're doing it, because it's like, oh, when I start doing this, they start freaking out. What is it? I know it sounds bad. You're doing it. It doesn't mean you're doing it on purpose. If that makes. I'm not saying you're trying to hurt them on purpose, but you're doing something. You know what it is. So more into them sexually or mentally. He thinks they'll be into it more. Or that's the question here. That's the real question. I know you guys think there's two separate subjects. Women are more worried about that mental connection. They'll be mad at the sexual connection, but they're more worried about that mental connection. Men don't really connect mentally really quick, right? So when a man mentally connects to a woman, whole nother situation. So if it's mental, if she's worried about the mental, she's really worried. if she's worried about sexual, she's worried that you might like the sex better than her, but she's not maybe not necessarily worried that you'll leave her. If that makes sense. Men go out and sometimes have sex, and women too will go out and have sexual experience with people, but not necessarily leave their partner because it's not worth it. So if she's mentally worried, she has something going on. And truthfully, so how do you make her feel more comfortable? You have to have a conversation. The conversation should really be, first off, you need to plan it. You need to have some time. And you're gonna say, hey, I just want to have a conversation with you, like how to talk about like the poly stuff, whatever. And if she tries to rush you, don't allow it. Say no, I really want to sit and talk to you because like it's important to me. Just say it like that. And have her come into a safe place and talk about it. And because of the past experiences we had, the women, they were more into me, and they would say they were into her too, but not telling the truth. They just trying to get closer to me. That happens. That does happen. You just have to be really aware of that. There are women and men who go into a couple and a couple's group, and they see that they have lots of love and they're having a great time, and then they start having a good time with one of the partners more than the other, and then they want to kind of isolate the other one, and you have to stop that. But remind her. Yeah, I don't know what happened. See, I got to know more information. You have to remind her, I didn't remove myself from you. I'm still here with you. Even though they're trying, know in your heart, even though they're trying to come at me and remove me from you, I'm not going anywhere. That's one way to make her feel secure. You may have to say it. A lot of times we just think our partner knows things. You need to tell your partner things. I don't know shit until you tell me. Your actions speak louder than anything. You saying this to me, telling me these things, that's what's going to really work. I love my wife and she's the world to me, and she knows I would never leave for anyone else. Just wanted to have fun with her. Okay, so first off, it sounds like you want to be open. Sounds like you want to be open. Don't sound like you want to be poly. I'm telling you right now. And then you have to, and you need to rethink about that. And that's okay to be open. It's okay to be open. Just make sure you're telling other people you want to be open. Because open means that there is no one going to be better than my partner in your mind. No one's going to be ever equal to my partner. That makes sense. You will be important to me, but you will never be on the same level as my partner. My wife or whatever. They're up here. We can have great connections. We can enjoy each other's time. We can all have fun. That's what people say when they talk about unicorns. Unicorns know their place. Play your part. Oh, so you're a teacher and you're not open. I want to have fun with my wife. So you just want to have sexual experiences with your wife? I just want to clarify. Because open means you guys are willing to have other partners come into your relationship, regardless if it's man or woman. It could just be women. Right. That's still open. You're just saying, we allow women to come in our relationship sometime and have sex with both of us and have a sexual experience. That's open still. That's still open. Open just means you're open to allowing people into your relationship, into your space, but they have to leave after that. That makes sense. They're not gonna be there forever. They're just I call them, you want a pet. That's what I call them. People might not like that. Right. You and your wife like to bring a lady in every once in a while. So basically I would just say you want a pet. That's why I don't know why they call them unicorns. But unicorns should know their place. Or you want a solo person. Basically, they just come. They're their partner and they're yours, whatever. They come and play, but they know that they're not gonna make big judgment calls on your relationship. Okay, babe. And so what you have to do is you'll just have to, when you go out looking for someone, you have to tell them that, and then that way, also in doing that, you're also letting your wife know that there's no one ever gonna top her. Stop saying you're poly. Okay, the definition of a unicorn, I think people get that confused. The definition of a unicorn is someone who comes into a relationship knowing that they're not as equal to they're not equal to the partners. They're not going to be equal. And then they're able to go back and do whatever. They know that. That's what a unicorn is. That's why it's so rare to find. Who's going to be okay with being able to come into a relationship, have fun, go out to dinners, do all this, but knowing you're never going to be equal to that partner. And that is basically an open relationship, but they call it a unicorn, but it's what it is. I think you call it a unicorn, but a lot of people are misrepresenting that in some of the groups because they don't know what it really means. So I would say that you are looking for, that's why I said you have to say you're open. Thank you guys for favoring me. I know that sounds like you don't want to say that. Say we're open to a female to have sexual experiences with us and enjoy time with us, me and my partner. Or say my wife is looking for a partner to indulge in activities with me and her. And so I don't know how our group in the Black urban society does it. It doesn't say to me. I don't know of that it says you can't ask for that. As long as you're asking for what you're asking for, it shouldn't fucking matter. Truthfully, if you're saying what you want and you're looking for it in a group, there could be a person here who's looking for that. But clarifying what you want is very important. I want a person who's going to come and hang out with me and my wife, have a good time, and have some sexual experiences with us. And that's all we're looking for. And listen, it may sound harsh and some people may not like it, but you're going to find the right person. You're not going to have people applying to the job who aren't aware of what they want. They're not going to apply to the job and they don't meet the criteria. Telling the truth is the best way to do it. You're not poly. That's okay. You're open. Or you're open to a unicorn situation. Right? Thank you, B. That's okay. That's why I said, like, a lot of us are misrepresenting. A lot of people don't know what unicorn is. Unicorn is they think, oh, I'm the unicorn in our relationship. Okay, so you basically go into the relationship and you know your place. You know that you're never going to be better than his wife. And when his wife says something, that it means that you're not allowed to kind of be up there. When they have a conversation, they may not include you. It may not include you. Oh, sorry. All day said there's a different definition. Hey, poet. That's true. You there's a couple definitions, but the one that I saw is that I'm pretty sure of is that she knows she's not equal. She knows she's not equal, and that's how it should be. Hey, say hello, Dolo. You know you're not equal, and you're okay with that. There's women who are okay with that. Some women don't want to have that extra responsibility. They just kind of want to have a sexual experience. But it will be harder to find someone who's going to be able to stay in that situation for long term. It'll be difficult, not impossible, but difficult. Because most people at the end of the day, especially when they get older, they don't want to play around with not being with someone in some kind of relationship, if that makes sense. They're going to want to, at some point, start connecting. So remember that. And that might also help you, too, because you may have to look for younger women. Hang on one second. Oh, hang on a second. I got it here. Hang on. Hey, sit down with that, please. No. Just wait. Hang on, Carlton. Hang on, guys. My uncle's here. We get him. Here, Carlton. Carlton? I'm right here. I have it here. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Blippi one? You got two? Okay, which one on Blippi? Hang on a second, Chuck.
Where's the other one?
Which one? Mason? Where's Aiden?
The nappy.
Yeah, he's at school.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to still do it now.
Really? Here, give me. Where's the camera? Put this in the trash. Stop throwing bananas on the floor. Okay.
I gotta go over and see this baby.
Okay, go ahead.
I haven't been seeing this baby.
Oh man, go ahead and baby. Hey boy, get these covers up. Get these damn covers up. Watch Blimpy. They need help. Hey, help them. Okay, sorry guys. I had to. My uncle needed some medicine. He didn't feel good. So I apologize. I had to help him real quick. Okay. Ha ha ha. So yeah, it's better to get a unicorn. Make sure you're clear on what you want. And I know people are nervous to say, hey, I like you, we want to hang out with you, enjoy you, but we just, we really want to just have a good time. Say that, and don't say words like, I'm looking for us to have a good time and just, go out and enjoy each other. Don't say that. That's not specific enough. Going out to someone, hanging out to someone is either a boyfriend situation or a friend situation. You need to be very specific on what you're looking for. We would like someone to come into a relationship, have some good sexual experiences. And, even though we're doing that, we also want to maybe go out to dinner, watch a movie. We don't want it to seem like it's just all about sex, maybe. But, when it comes down to bigger decisions like this and this and this, we wouldn't involve you. But if it's something like, if you want to go with us somewhere, we're going to involve you in those kind of decisions. Like if you would like to go, if we're going to help you pay for something, those kind of situations, that's what you're going to involve that unicorn in, or that solo person. That's the kind of stuff you're doing. But if you're not doing that, you're not asking for a poly relationship. Because and there are poly relationships that are kind of built on someone being a attachment to your situation, but they may have their own stuff going on. So you just gotta be real specific. As long as you all know what's going on, is really lots of things you can do. Okay, let me go out here. I've been turning the whole computer off. Oh, I got some sanitizer. It smells so good. Bath, body, and bath, bed, and body, something like that. Anyway, I always say it wrong, not in the order. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? We're just talking about being poly and dating in tripods and couples and feeling secure with each other, and maybe where to go to get some dating stuff. Make sure we're identifying properly, which is a real big one. I see misidentification a lot, and that really causes problems amongst people in groups, and people feel like they were done wrong, or couples do people wrong, or solo people do people wrong. No, I think we're not clarifying what we are and really looking it up. We need a place for that. Just telling people unicorn or using these terms and not having definitions is really, miscommunication all day. Yep, definitely. It's just stupid. So let's all get that all down. I did make a video, but my friend said the video seemed a lot of words in it. So I'm trying to make another one that's more interesting. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that to make it catch your attention and kind of know what it is. So I might do some short ones on my YouTube. Is it better for me or my wife to find a third person? If the third person, are there any legit poly dating apps for blacks? Ha ha! Ha ha! I have not seen any. But I was really thinking about making an app that really would, cater to a lot of things that poly people would like. I want to say it's poly. I want to say poly and open are really close, but not exactly the same. But we're close enough where we can actually interact with each other. So poly and open, not really swingers. They're over there. So I think swinging is a part of the lifestyle stuff, personally. So I'm trying to see how I can start fixing that up, because I'm not that technical savvy on there. But whatever. The part where you asked me, Chris, who would be better to find a third? The real question is, who's benefiting from the third the most? If it's for partners for your wife and she's going to be interacting with that partner more than you want them to find it. If you're going to be interacting with the partner more than her, you need to do a lot more of finding the partner, because the partner is going to connect with you and be with you most of the time, and not necessarily have to like you as much as the other one. And since your wife maybe displays some insecurity, maybe it's a good thing that she find the person, because then that way she's finding someone who makes her feel secure. Okay. Yeah, Charles. Even on here, I'm trying to start a Zoom dating. I'm doing it this week, and I'm going to promote this again. If you want to be part of the Zoom meeting date, I'm going to name it something here, but basically I already know what I want to do. You're going to give me your name, okay? Whatever name you want to give. So people don't want to give their real name out, that's fine. A picture of yourself, a short description of what you're looking for and who you, and you know, what you're looking for, and if it's you and your partner or whatever. If you have a picture of you guys or just yourself, I'm going to put it and make it into a flyer. Then I'm going to put the flyer up for like a week. And then I'm going to get, people are going to tell me the time slots they're available for. So you can go on a date this week, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30. Then someone will contact me and say, hey, I would like to go on a date with that person on the flyer. And what times do they have available? And I'll say, oh, well, 5:30. I'll sign their name in. 5:30, they log in. You log in. You have up to 40 minutes Zoom meeting and have yourself a little date. On that date, obviously, you hold for your clothes. You know, set a time where you can maybe eat dinner at your table with your little phone. Zoom, you know, download the app. Zoom with someone in the meeting. Have your dinner. Have a conversation like as if you're on a real date. That's what I was going to start doing. And I will set up the meetings for you guys. And it's up to 40 minutes. I'm asking you to allow someone to have like 10 to 15 minutes. See if you like them. Give them that time. Because just because maybe someone doesn't look the way you like them at first, sometimes, you know, we had a bad hair day or whatever. Give them that time. You know, not everybody's the wig is on right. I don't know. Anyway, so the point is you're gonna have your little date. You know, we're not gonna be responsible for foolishness that goes on in there. We hope that you keep it clean and all that stuff like that. I brought that to our group, the Black Urban Poly Society. But you know, they're gonna get back to me on it. But I'm still gonna do it in my live on Mzpoly Poly Life. I'm gonna do it and set it up. So that's why I said you guys can hit me up if the Black Urban Poly Society decide they want to integrate that into something that they're doing. I'll promote it on there as me doing the same thing. So you'll still be doing it the same way. It won't really matter. But it's not, right at this moment, it's not associated with them. I don't want anyone to think that they're responsible for that. Because that's an idea that I came up with and that I would like to set up. Because they have the people who would participate. They allow me to go live and they're live. And so if I can do it in their live, it'd be great. So we can both get the notoriety that we like. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. If you inbox me, Charles, just inbox me it because I won't. Today's the day I started promoting it, which is weird. But I'm gonna promote it from today all the way till Sunday, and then on Sunday I'm gonna make the flyer. Or I'm gonna make the flyer add people. Okay, and we're gonna do. Sorry, people talk to me all day on here, and we're gonna go ahead and start putting in the slots. So if you got your name, you have your face. I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna participate. Anyone who wants to participate, go ahead and hit me up. We're gonna take your picture. You give me a picture of yourself. Please do an up-to-date picture. You know, I understand we all look better in the 90s, in the 2000s. Okay, we want a current picture. I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm so serious. Like, you want your boo to know what you look like in 2005. Show him that picture on your own time. Okay, be you right now. Be proud and okay of who you are. Someone's gonna like you who you are. It's not gonna be a problem. Okay. Hey JV boo. I'm on both apps just for you guys to know. So I'm also on TAGG and they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them. And then I'm gonna show you my shirts, guys. So I have my Poly Life, Poly Right. You're only as strong as your foundation. There's a man and two ladies. We can change this up. It can be 3 men, 1 lady, or 3 women, 1 man, whatever. We can change up this part. This can be a different color and everything. This is just one I have as an example. I have this one here. It kind of goes over the polyandry, polygamy, and then polyamorous, and it shows like, you know, the those in chess pieces. So I'm gonna be selling those. They're $20. I'm gonna pay for shipping for the first 10 of the shirts. There's about 10 shirts that I can sell. Whatever. I have different shirts, but these are just 2 examples. But if you have an ideal or a name you want to put or something like that, we can customize it for you. And we'll get that all set up for you guys. Or you can pay through like PayPal, and I'm trying to get it on the website. Or you can pay through the website and we'll get it for you. Okay? There's a website that the man who makes the shirts for me, and he's going to set up something so we can get you the shirts that way. Hey Dean, hey Gucci. So definitely that. We can make mugs and hats and all that good stuff. I know Christmas is coming up or whatever. But yeah, if you guys want to do that, just hit me in the inbox. Like my inbox is open now, I can see it, and then I'll go in there and I'll read up like who wants to do what, and then I'll accept you as a friend if you need me to do that to talk to me. That's fine. So yeah, absolutely, we're gonna start doing that. Picture, just a short bio if it's you and your partner or just you, what you're looking for, and then I'm gonna make a flyer, and then I want to add another picture. So I was trying to get at least 3 of us on there, and so I'm on there. If you want to do it, no one's started yet because I just started promoting it. I think last night, really late. Let me know. I'm gonna start actually asking people do they want to be on it, and then put their names on there. We were supposed to do some role playing stuff. I had an idea for role playing, and things like that. So I'm gonna make these little lives that I do a little bit more entertaining, other than the conversations too. Yeah. I usually do stream a lot anyway on TAGG. So if I'm not here, I'm on TAGG. If I'm on TAGG, sometimes I do both because I'm doing it right now, both. But I usually just do tagged. But I've been on Facebook a lot. And then I go on my YouTube and I'll post. I think I might post this one because this one has lots of information. And hopefully I'm able to upload it. But definitely take the time to just like write up something in my inbox and just send me a picture. You can just write it. I will make it fancy. I will do that other stuff. All you gotta do is just give me the picture, a little bit of bio, like where you live, how old you are, and what you're looking for. And if you want to write anything else, I'll put it on there, and then that way you'll be a bachelor or a bachelorette or a couple for it. Hey Steelers World, how are you? So then that way we can have the Zoom dates, and I'll set it up and give you the meeting number so that you guys can both go into the meeting together, and then I'll give you can set it up too if you know how to, and then you can just tell me the information. We'll get it all worked out for you. So we'll set up more than one meeting. You go in there and have your time with your dates. It's gonna be a magical thing here to do. And then hopefully we just hope that people show up for the date sometime. That's about it. But you get 40 minutes, up to 40 minutes, and then it shuts off. So that sounds good. Hi. So yeah, I appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna take a break because I know I've been on here for a little bit. I'm gonna go tend to some of the children that you heard earlier. I'm gonna probably stay live, but I'll probably come back then, and we can have more conversation and talk more in detail about all the great stuff that's happening around here, shirts and all that good stuff. And check out my YouTube. Like I said, so it's Mzpoly, Poly Right. You can look it up, Mzpoly. You can find me on YouTube, and some of the videos are there with some of my partners and things like that. And then you guys can go from there. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.